Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer Isasi, an assistant research professor and director of the Digital Liberal Arts Research Initiative at Penn State University in the United States. I am very happy to be able to participate in this pre-conference workshop on multilingual DH with all of you. My research work primarily focuses on literature written in Spanish and applying qualitative and quantitative or DH methods to analyze it. I have, for example, applied social network analysis to study the coappearance, distribution, and space of characters in 19th century historical novels from Spain. I have also compared the results of sentiment analysis in works in translations in Spanish and in English. And I am currently working on studying space with, again, not so accurate NER methods in travel literature with my friend Dr. Joshua Ortiz-Baco. As you know, applying these methods in languages other than English has its own challenges. Many times they don't work. And so a few people venture in this world because it is honestly difficult to learn the method to begin with. Usually one requires programming knowledge. It is also difficult to apply them to different narratives or different textual works if you have them digitized to begin with. And then it is very difficult as well to make sense of the results if you get to any. And it is difficult because as literary scholars, we're not used to using numbers to analyze. And to top it all off, this work is not recognized as good scholarship in Hispanic studies because it is very experimental. It does away with a canon of literature because we usually want to analyze works at scale. So those not always include the most important pieces of literature. It also crosses many fields of studies, etc. And because of all of that, I joined the board of programming historian and Espanol early on in 2018. I wanted to share what I was learning in my struggle to adapt DH methods to Spanish with Spanish-speaking colleagues and friends, but also with those who don't have access to learning materials for programming, for tools that are usually only available in English. But not only that, I joined also right when the team was beginning to articulate parameters of type of translations and new lessons that the journal was looking for. For example, we decided not to translate a few lessons published in English and focusing on English language materials because the method cannot be applied to materials in Spanish. So we thought that it was kind of useless to teach this method in Spanish if you're not going to be able to use it with materials in your own language. And maybe most importantly, we decided that to the best of our abilities, we would translate or request translations that not only communicated the learning steps in Spanish, but also localized the data set used to as a study case. So the data set that if it is textual, we usually ask that it's also in Spanish. This realization was probably one of my happiest moments in the journal, and I am very proud to have collaborated with the development of these ideas. And our goal to, when localizing the data sets to Spanish or my colleagues in the French version and in the Portuguese version who do the same, is to get the message in the new target language more easily. Because when you are reading through code, getting results, if those words are in your own language, it's also easier to know the results better. And secondly, to demonstrate how to adapt the method to your own research language. So you don't have to struggle in the moment when you maybe have learned the method in English, in Spanish, in other language, and now you have to transport it to your own language. We want to do that readily within the journal. That is not always needed. And for example, another very proud moment of mine regarding multilingual DH and working in the journal in programming historian is the decision one of our English language team editors made when translating my lesson on sentiment analysis into English. Adam Krimble didn't translate or didn't change the data sample that I used in the Spanish version, a novel in Spanish, when translating the lesson, because he wanted to carry through a message very clearly. And that was that even if the method is taught or applied or communicated in English, which is fine because it's the lingua franca of research worldwide, so we understand that, we should all still be aware that most people are working with materials in languages other than English. So now that lesson is available for English readers, but the dataset is in Spanish so that they can learn the method applied to English, but now they are also aware on how to adapt the method and the code to another language. And Programming Historian has been able to build a very friendly and supportive community made up of editors, authors, translators, reviewers, and supporters all along in its more than 10 years of existence already. But this model needs to be pushed further to be able to improve our work and get credit where credit is due. Looking forward to learning more about what each of you is doing and looking for ways to collaborate within Programming Historian in Espanol and Portuguese and Francais or in English and beyond to help move multilingual DH forward.